Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm working on getting this camera set up. Welcome to Wednesday night. Let's see. How do I switch the camera around? Nope. Oh my goodness. Did I get it on the first try? Oh my goodness. Look. The first thing I did was tighten it right on the freaking power button. So I just turned it off. Nothing's perfect, folks. Nothing's perfect. Everything's a work in progress. This is the tank that we're working on today. I'm going to go get caught up with chat on my other device. I'm excited. Hello, do we have audio now? Are we back? Do I have audio? Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I'm sorry that we were having audio difficulties. I'm not even sure where those began at. Huge fan of Zoolander. Is it Romeo and Michelle's like wedding? Is that like the girl? I don't know. It had a similar vibe to me. Um, Tropic Thunder is great too. Okay, it's quiet. Let me check my audio. This is killing me, guys. Sorry. Michael's AirPods. Bluetooth. Connected. Connected. Okay. All right. Hey, Debs, I'm getting ready to start over right now. So, like, everything is good. Okay, so it just isn't loud. Nathan, unmute me. Selections, front camera, audio. Hello. Well, it's showing that it's working-ish. Says that it's just using the iPad microphone. So maybe that's just what we'll do, man. I'm gonna put my earbuds up. Maybe that'll make it better. Am I still quiet? I mean, quiet is nothing that I've ever been. So it's pretty awesome in and of itself. I'm pretty excited. As you can see, we have a towel that's been laying on the floor when I spilled some water doing water changes, I believe, last week. So we still have that sitting on the floor there. But we have this beautiful Anubius plant. Holding a robot at the same time. Okay, let me leave and come back. No, wait, leaving the studio. Hello, I came back. So I'm going to keep moving forward. So, yeah, I want to cut this up and make a hide basically in every corner of the tank, maybe mid-level in the back, and one or two in the front corners of the tank for my lumpy ladies. Uh, the Yeah, Nathan, all I did was leave the StreamYard. I said leave studio. I didn't hit the end stream. That's bad. But I hit leave studio, and then when I came back, it just set it up right. So that's all. That is great. Yeah, just turn it off and turn it back on again. That is my level of expertise, and it's treating me well right now. So there's some animated backgrounds now. Um, uh, and there's some standard ones, and then you can add some. I don't know what adding them is about. I assume it would have to be an MP4, just like anything else that I upload. But yeah, dude. Yeah, Steve C. I got on a rescue a bunch of female bettas, and I gave some to my neighbors, and I think I still have like 6 or 7. We should do a count tonight. Well, PNW, I do agree. So I'm thinking that maybe we'll make some expert choices and leave like a nice large chunk, maybe like a third. If I turn it over, you're going to see how it's laid out a little bit better. It looks so beautiful though, doesn't it? Only Oscars, welcome back. We're just getting started. Here we go. I have something right here for the witching hour. All right. So, there's all the comments. I always miss June, right? Yeah, like doing stuff and sleeping or something. It's all connected. So yeah, the cam is muted, so hopefully we don't end up with any feedback or weirdness. Any more than I already had with my freaking earpods. So our tank is destroyed, but the purpose was to uh, remove some of the extra plants that are growing in the wrong spot, not leaving openings around other plants, things like that. Oh man, I have coffee and I don't have a cup. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute after a break. So here's my feet. So as you can see, I have this yellow part. Where's the camera's down in this corner? So I have this yellow end. Doesn't look super happy, but has some real small stuff growing on it. But it's yellow, and all the rest of it is green. When we do it like this, there's a fork coming off here, and then this weird end. You start by taking a couple leaves that have holes in them. Leaves that are yellow. That was mushy, gross. So this end, oh, it's mushy. It's mushy on that end. I think I'm just going to take that little piece off. All right, I have separated the yellow mushy piece. And taking the mushy end off of it. And this feels firm, but it's very yellow, as you can see. So we'll take that, put it in the shrimp tank. See how that goes. Let me get some scissors. These roots do not need to be this long. So we'll start by trimming them so that there's like a couple inches at the longest. Maybe 3 or 4 inches on this end. Okay, so hi. These are the beauties I'm referring to. These gals right here. Come on up. Where's everybody else? Can you see me? So these are 3 of the beauties. There's number 4 coming in. I see you. 4 and 5. So yeah, so I have 5 right now, unless there's somebody loafing on the other side. Look. Doesn't appear to be. So yeah, these 5 ladies. Let me look in there. There is one more. There's 6. Here's 6. Come on, fatty. Come on. There she is. So yes, these gals have already started showing some lumps on their tails and stuff like that. They looked really bad at first, but they're settling down, and I just believe that they're tumors. I don't believe there's much I can do for them. They're eating fine. They're doing well. So these are the guys that are in a sorority. I got them as a sorority. Okay, I believe it's mom down here and the babies, but this baby is so large. And we still have Papa over here. Where you at, Leaf? What are you doing? You hiding in the corner? Come on out so people can see you. And he's showing some tumors too. You're gonna hide right there in the corner. Okay, whatever, man. Whatever, bro. I don't have time for your mess. Let's see if I can just bring it in like that. Nice. So that just wants to break off as it is. So got a real nice plant there. That one doesn't look good. Okay. This one doesn't look exactly great, but it's an ugly piece that I'm cutting out of some better times over here. It's like there's a couple, and this one's ugly too, but we'll see how they grow in again. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4 nice plants. 4 nice plants and 2 ugly ones. So I feel pretty good about it all. Okay, so the rhizome will get more light and it'll fill in. Okay, yeah, that's the sort of thing I'm hoping for. And I'm trying to keep the duckweed down so that it can get more light. Um, Hi, Mexicali, welcome. So this is what we're doing, and Mexicali, this is what the tank looks like now. As you can see, I've got a very large bulbitis over here, and then a bunch of snails. And something was on a rock that died underneath the Anubius, so it isn't there anymore. But I do have a piece of rock to piece of what's looking for. And this is the weight. There's the weight that I was using. I just wound it around it loosely, and it helped weight it down to the bottom of the tank. You got this guy and this guy. Got a couple of babies. And then these are the 2 uglies. There's our uglies, these 2 guys. We'll just see what happens. All right. But they've always been curious to come over and say hello when I get up next to the tank. They do enjoy the camera. They got those nice little dark eyes. And I think they're sweet. So they've been living in this 10-gallon and it's just been getting overgrown. And then I pull all of this guppy grass out of here, but they enjoy it. And there's duckweed on the top, of course. You know what I mean? So like they've been doing really good in here, and they've been in here for like 4 months or something like that. So I think to give them more space to run around in, they're going to be happy. And of course, I need some place to put endlers and guppies. So this tank will quickly this tank will quickly become a grow out for that. So my question for you guys is, how should I do this sorority setup? Let's talk about that for a minute. I'm going to step to the side and get a cup of coffee. I'm taking you with me. Nathan Hovey, congratulations. You made it to bedtime, big guy. You get your PJs on and brush your teeth and lay down, sir. You did it. You did good today. Get some rest. We'll do the whole thing over again in the morning. Good job, buddy. Proud of you. Does anybody else need a special good night from New Local Austin? I'm just telling you things that I would like to hear myself before I go to bed. I think it's important to talk nice to ourselves. I mean, if you're going to talk to yourself, if you're going to talk to yourself, talk nice, right? So what? I've got four good plants in there, so we can take the tank and divide it into four spots, and those plants are large enough that they could be hides in and of themselves, right? So I can put them like two like mid ground towards the center and two in the back corners, and then there's that large plant, um the bulbitis that's already in there. And honestly, I'm thinking about keeping like the best leaf on it and cutting all of the other ones and shoving some root tabs underneath that bulbitis and see if it comes back. I bought it already hatched like 2 years ago. And as you can tell, I don't do a lot of aquascaping or anything like that. So like anything I'm doing is basically for the first time. And I feel I feel a little nervous about it, but at the same time, like I'm keeping plants alive long enough now, at least the simple plants that I have, and they are reproducing. So I can always, if I end up like killing something, I can always pull from somewhere else. And I wasn't scared to cut this Anubius up because it's probably time for it to be done. A 20 long is about the largest tank I have, other than 140 gallon and the 75 gallon. Of course, I have ponds outside, but I usually don't put Anubius in my pond. I haven't yet. Um, so only Oscar says that she lets the fish aquascape and it works. So maybe tentatively putting these Anubius back, like getting something on them so that they'll sink, but like have them so that they could be pushed around the tank a little bit and stuff like that, and like let the fish kind of figure out how they want to do it. I mean, that seems real cool to me. Like I have uh I have fantasies of like a beta sorority with like a bunch of mushroom houses, kind of reminiscent of like the Smurfs, right? And then everybody has their own little Smurf house. But other than a natural scape, that is the only thing that I really thought of that would be kind of fun. Oh yeah, congratulations to Sam. All right, Sam would love one. Okay, Sam, buddy. Hold on, let me center. Take a sip of coffee for inspiration. Sam,
Placed a lot of lakes today, buddy. You were in a lot of streams. You brought a lot of people a lot of information, and we love you. We love you for what you're doing for the community, and we appreciate you. Don't let anybody get under your skin. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has a bad day. Sometimes people say unkind things, but that's not for you, man. You just let that wash over you, buddy, because you're worth it. You're a big part of the community. Thank you for all you do. Now get some rest because you got to put up all those same links again tomorrow. Ooh, Belinda's feeling the heat. Yeah, I guess if it's the change of seasons here, Belinda, it has to be a change of seasons over there for you. So get ready for all those Christmas barbecues and going to the beach. Yeah, man, it's gonna be hot, and you're right next to the water, so you might like catch a breeze off of the water, Belinda, in the evenings and stuff like that. And it might be pretty nice, you know what I mean? But because everybody keeps their yard so short and everything, yeah, the yard is gonna stay hot. Yeah, it's cooling down over here. It's 68 degrees outside. There's a dog barking 1.5 blocks away, but it's not like a series of barks. It's just a couple barks every now and then, and it feels like a question. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like the dog is confused. I don't believe that dog is actually alarmed by anything. I think he's just questioning. Mm. And I hear an owl, so that's nice. Maybe that's what the dog is questioning. Is like, wait, what? Yeah, the owl sounds rather close by, like the next yard over. That's awesome. Is it too quiet over there, June? It gets rather quiet in my neighborhood. I'm the loudest guy on the block, and I've been I've been keeping it down as of late. Like, not gonna lie to you. Loudest thing I do is fill a trash can with water in the middle of the night. Occasional bucket noise. The town goes to bed at 10 where you're at. I think during the week it goes, we have some lights that turn to flashing, traffic lights that turn to flashing and stuff like that in certain areas. And I want to say that that happens at 9 p.m. Mexicali's got the Marine Corps out there training. So they're flying over. That's fun. I mean, it's the Marine Corps, so we can't really tell them to stop. Okay, Bill. Yeah. Dude, putting curtains up, that's gonna keep that space in between your window and your curtain very hot. But on the other side of the curtain inside the house is gonna be really nice and cool. So yeah, that's a good idea. So only Oscars. Were those planes like coming over all the time, and then there was big changes, and now they don't fly over, or was this somewhere else that you lived? Okay, Oscars at your last home. Yeah. Huawei. That would drive me crazy, man. I'm trying to sleep during the day, and an air raid siren going off every day at noon would piss me off. But I'd know that I'd still have like 5 more hours to sleep, so I guess I'd get over it, roll back to sleep. Yeah, Mexicali. Could be, sir. Could be. But hopefully a looking like we're getting ready for deployment, and deployment, looking like you're getting ready for deployment is a decent deterrent sometimes. Man, I bet you there's all sorts of cool stuff coming in and out of that air museum all the time. So where should I put those ugly plants? I could put them anywhere except for the goldfish tank. Since I'm moving the ladies from their current spot in that 10 gallon, maybe I'll pull the guppy grass out of there and I'll put the Anubius down in that, and escape that tank a little bit after they're gone. In our tanks, the ugly ones should just go in your tank. Dude, that blackbird, there was a GI Joe, and I don't know whether they called it the blackbird or not, but it looked almost exactly like the blackbird, and I had that as a kid, and that plane was so cool. So I'm thinking I'm gonna cut that bovitis back and move some of the stuff around in the tank, and then we'll get these plants back in. I can see if I have any more lead weight pieces. I can cut that one in half. Okay, Debs, that's a good point. I'm gonna dunk them in the snail tank for a minute. Oh wow, only Oscars. There's only been a few of those. The SR-71. That's right, Huawei. All right, so let me get those plants back in water. Let's do it. Okay. Before that, I want to put in the tank. I'm putting in this tank, and then these babies. Put this in the shrimp tank. And the ugly ones go in there. Okay. Now, all right, I think I can work with this. This guy needs to come. My goodness.
All right. What's the crowd saying? Well, I've lost my Ludwigia. I do have a piece. Stick that down in here. We'll see how it goes. Runners, 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 always are runners. Hey, there's a piece. Ludwigia. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I see. I'm having so much trouble. Okay, rhizomes up above the surface. All right, I think I did it. Craig's phone was dying when Belinda was using it earlier this evening, so I wouldn't have expected it to get much better. I spent all evening since I woke up getting all my stuff whatchamacallit, charged up, make sure that I was good to go. Battery life is good on everything. So guys, I don't hate it. I definitely feel like it's not done yet. Breaking it up into pieces and cutting off the ugly bits was nice. And I'm interested to see what the Anubius does with the extra space and whatnot. I feel like I probably need to pull them out again and get rid of most, if not all, of the long thin pieces, all of the valve out of there. I'm going to leave this. There's a lot of spiral valve in the back. I'm really proud of it. For some reason the spiral valve doesn't do as well for me as the tiger valve does. I don't know what the deal is there. But it is doing really well in that one spot, so I do want to be able to pull from there as necessary to decorate other tanks and things like that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get in there and do a bunch of like cleanup and stuff like that, and then plant a bunch of the valve like in clumps, you know what I mean, and have it more organized, because it's just randomly sending runners all over the tank because I let it go for so long. But does anybody have any advice for me or thoughts? I thought it would be fun to dive into a tank tonight and actually get our hands wet and look at that big, beautiful Anubius plant. Now, I wasn't scared to cut that one up because I have another one in my mystery snail tank that I got at the same time that also survives to this day that I just haven't messed with like at all. So things are good, and there's a backup.
Okay, Jeff. So yeah, it always died on you afterwards. Okay. Like I said, I've never done it, and I have another one. So have another healthy mother. So hopefully things continue going well, and me cutting on the plant this much doesn't cause rhizome sickness or anything like that. But like I said, this tank is lightly stocked and has a million snails in it and is by and large doing very well. It could probably use some fertilizer. There's pinholes on a lot of the leaves. Mexicali, you're still liking the way it looks. Yeah, like I'm not upset with it. I'm not upset with it. I wouldn't consider this done by any means. I was just stabbing at it, and showing off for you guys was a great excuse for me to actually get something done. I have trouble when I'm by myself staying motivated in the tanks. But leaving my hands off of the tanks and doing my water changes has, given me lots of success and lots of joy. Even my mistakes have turned out okay. You know what I mean? That dirted tank that the cribs like immediately tossed all the stuff in. I just left it, and I'm finally getting it clear now, and I'm finding that I should have been cleaning the glass all along because I finally ran into growth on the glass that I couldn't get off with a magic eraser. So that was my first time experience. I was like, it's not getting better. Why is it not getting better? You know what I mean? So I think I just need to keep at that for a few weeks, and I'll eventually polish the glass and get everything off of it. Yeah, Jeff, if your Anubius hates you, I mean, it might not be you. Your Anubius might hate your water. You know what I mean? Like why is the spiral valve not doing as well as the tiger valve? It's because the spiral valve wants something in the water that isn't there, that the Anubius, I guess, can that no that the tiger valve can live without. You know what I mean? So like I would assume that it's a nutrient, or I'm not getting the lighting correct. You know what I mean? Like there's a million variables, but there's lots about our water that will make a plant not thrive. But they'll die trying, and that's what I love about plants. Is that they will die trying, and yeah, I've killed lots of plants, and I feel bad about it, but not really, because I know that I'm learning. You know what I mean? I'd love to be able to put that into into my fish keeping as well, but man, whenever I lose a fish, like even like the smallest fish, like my heart, man, like I love those little critters so much. You know what I mean? Like I'm sad when they go away. I'm not sad when a shrimp dies as much. You know what I mean? I think it's because there's so many of them. When we get into the invertebrates and stuff like that, it's a colony. So how is the colony doing? Are the numbers up? Are the numbers down as their babies? Are there juveniles? You know what I mean? Like that sort of a thing. So it's less about the individual snail and more about the colony. Okay, Jeff. See, I'm the opposite. Like everything that I have comes from Edwards Aquifer, which is straight up like limestone, baby. So my water on the GH on the test strip is purple, and there is no purple. So it's on the high side for sure. And our KH stays towards moderate to low, and there's part of the year where it's higher in KH than other parts of the year, and I'm not sure which one is which, but I was given a heads up about it. I was told which one was which, but I just know that there's a difference I know that there's a difference throughout the year between winter and like summer months, and I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, Debs, how's that peanut? Yeah, Jeff, I am more attached to some fish than other fish. And I do like want my fish to do well outside of my fish room if I give them to someone else, but I also realize that once that bag is in their hands, now they are responsible for that fish, and that's no longer my fish. You know what I mean? And depending on luck, husbandry, and experience, you know what I mean? Like like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. And I'm okay with that. I believe that all of the fish that I end up selling and parting with and stuff like that are going to be in population sizes that are it would be better for this colony if there were less fish inside of this. You know what I mean? So therefore, these fish can be sold, these individuals. Well, it is 12:32, ladies and gentlemen. It totally snuck up on me this evening. Let's get over to June's and see what is going on in her fish room. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for being here. I appreciate everybody, my mods, the replay crew, everyone. And yeah, man, let's keep things going. Thank you for coming to my fish room.